Welcome to all my dear Bhaiya Bahan in English class today. We are going to start a new chapter today. Should wizard hit mommy? In this chapter we had read the meaning of wizard. Here wizard means magician. Mommy means mummy. Here we are going to read about a girl whose name was Jo, whose father was telling her stories during sleeping for 2 years. What happens? We see here today. See the paragraph. In the evenings and for Saturday naps like today's, Jack told his daughter Jo a story out of his head. This custom began when she was 2, was itself now nearly 2 years old, and his head felt empty. Each new story was a slight variation of a basic tale. A small creature, usually named Roger, Roger Fish, Roger Squirrel, Roger Chipmunk, had some problem and went with it to the wise old owl. The owl told him to go to the wizard, and the wizard performed a magic spell that solved the problem, demanding in payment a number of pennies greater than the number that Roger creature had, but in the same breath directing the animal to a place where the extra pennies could be found. Then Roger was so happy he played many games with other creatures and went home to his mother just in time to hear the train whistle that brought his daddy home from Boston. Here see some difficult words. Nap means a short sleep, especially during the day. Custom means tradition or trend. Wizard means a man who has magical powers. Magic spell means a form of words used as a magical charm. Pennies, a small sum of money. In this paragraph we see every evening and on Saturday afternoon naps, Jack used to tell his daughter a bedtime story. This habit started when Jo was 2 years old, and now that Jo was 4 years old, Jack did not have any creative ideas for stories. Most of the stories that he used to tell Jo revolved around the same plot concerning an animal named Roger. In every story, Roger used to be a different animal with some kind of a problem. Then Roger would go to this wise owl to take help, who would in turn tell him to go to the wizard. Then Roger would take his problem to the wizard, who would help him in exchange for some pennies, or you can say some money, mostly a bit more than what Roger had with him. After helping him, the wizard would ask him to go to a certain place to fetch some more pennies, and Roger would do exactly like that. Then, after paying the wizard, Roger would go back and all the other animals would start playing with him. He would be very happy, and later he would return home just in time to wait for his father, who would be returning from Boston by train. So here we have seen every day Jack told his daughter a story, and in every story there was an animal which name starts with Roger. See the next paragraph. Jack described their supper and the story was over. Working his way through this scheme was especially fatiguing on Saturday because Joe never fell asleep in naps anymore, and knowing this made the ride seem futile. The little girl, not so little anymore, the bumps her feet made under the covers were halfway down the bed, their big double bed that they let her be in for naps, and when she was sick, had at last arranged herself, and from the way her fat face, deep in the pillow, shone in the sunlight, shifting through the drawn shades, it did not seem fantastic that some magic would occur and she would take her nap like an infant of two. Her brother Bobby was two and already asleep with his bottle. Jack asked, "Who shall the story be about today?" "Roger." Jo squeezed her eyes shut and smiled to be thinking. She was thinking. Her eyes opened. Her mother's blue skunk, she said firmly. A new animal. They must talk about skunks at nursery school. Having a fresh hero momentarily stirred Jack to creative enthusiasm. Here there are some words like supper. Supper means an evening meal or typically a light or informal one. Fatiguing means cause someone to feel exhausted. Rite means a social custom, practice or conventional act. Futile means pointless, useless. Shown means past participle of sign. Skunk, a small cat-sized animal. Stirred means move or cause to move slightly. So in this paragraph we see what does the writer want to say. Here we see Jack had now started getting tired of this daily routine because he had run out of ideas for the stories. Also, Joe didn't sleep listening to the story anymore. He had started feeling that the practice was just a waste of time and there was no point doing it. He also noticed that Jo had started growing big and that her legs now stretched halfway down the bed when she snuggled in for her story. With all the light coming in from the window over her face that was deep in the pillow, Jack knew that she won't be sleeping soon. Bobby, her baby brother who was 2 years old, was already sleeping with his bottle in his mouth. When Jack asked Jo that who should the story be about that day, she thought for a while and replied that she wanted it to be of a skunk. Jack then thought that she must have heard about this animal in nursery school and also got enthusiastic as he had a new hero for his story. Here in this paragraph we have seen for 2 years Jo was listening the same story, same plot of the story, so that she was fed up of listening the story. And when Jack starts the story, Jo understands that what Jack is going to say. So today Jack also starts his story. All right, he said. Once upon a time, in the deep dark woods, there was a tiny little creature by the name of Roger Skunk, and he smelled very bad. Yes, Jo said, he smelled so bad that none of the other little woodland creatures would play with him. Joe looked at him solemnly. She hadn't foreseen this. Whenever he go out to play, Jack continued with jest, remembering certain humiliations of his own childhood. All of the other tiny animals would cry, "Oh, oh, here comes Roger Sticky Skunk," and they would run away, and Roger Skunk would stand there all alone, and two little round tears would fall from his eyes. The corners of Joe's mouth drooped down and her lower lip bent forward as he traced with a forefinger along the side of her nose the course of one of Roger Skunk's tears. "Won't he see the wall?" she asked in a high and faintly roughened voice. Sitting on the bed beside her, Jack felt the covers tug as her legs swished tensely. He was pleased with this moment. He was telling her something true, something she must know, and had no wish to hurry on. In this paragraph, you see some words here like woodland. Woodland means land covered with trees. Solemnly means with deep sincerity. Foreseen, be aware of beforehand. Jest, great enthusiasm and energy. Humiliation, make someone feel ashamed and foolish by injuring their dignity and pride. Stinky means having a strong or unpleasant smell. Tensely, unable to relax because of nervousness, anxiety, or stimulation. Now here you see the picture of wise owl. In this paragraph we have seen when all the animals fled away from Roger Skunk, what did he do? Then Jack started the story. The story started with the Roger Skunk living in the forest. Jack said that Roger smelled bad. None of the other animals in the forest liked to play with him. All the other animals would start running away whenever he would go out to play. At this moment, Jack was recollecting about certain humiliations that he had faced during his childhood for being foul smelling. Then Joe asked whether Roger would see the wise owl. Jack was sitting beside her and noticed that Joe was getting anxious with the story and felt pleased with it. He did not want to hurry and wanted to make the story more intense as he wanted to convey a message through it. But downstairs, next paragraph you see, but downstairs a chair is scraped and he realized he must get down to help Claire paint the living room woodwork. Claire is the wife of Jack and the mother of Joe. Well, he walked along very sadly and came to a very big tree, and in the tip top of the tree was an enormous wise old owl. "Good, Mr. Owl," Roger Skunk said. "All the other little animals run away from me because I smell so bad." "So you do," the owl said. "Very, very bad. What can I do?" Roger Skunk said, and he cried very hard. The wizard, Joe shouted and sat right up, and a little golden book spilled from the bed. "Now, Joe, Daddy is telling the story. Do you want to tell Daddy the story?" "No, you me." "Then lie down and be sleepy." Her head relapsed onto the pillow and she said, "Out of your bed, out of your head." Well, the owl thought and thought. At last he said, "Why don't you go to see the wizard?" "Daddy, what? Are magic spells real?" This was a new phase, just this last month, a reality phase. When when he told her spiders eat bugs, she turned to her mother and asked, "Do they really?" And when Claire told her God was in the sky and all around them, she turned to her father and insisted with a sly yet eager smile, "Is he really?" Here he stands for God. "They are real in stories," Jack answered curtly. She had made him miss a bit in the narrative. The owl said, "Go through the dark woods under the apple trees into the swamp over the creek." What is a creek? A little river. Over the creek, and there will be the wizard's house, and that's the way Roger Skunk went. And pretty soon he came to a little white house, and he rapped on the door. Some important meanings are here. You may note it down, like scrapped means drag or pull a hard or sharp implement. Enormous means very large in size. Eager means keenly expectant or interested. Narrative means a story. Swamp means an area of low-lying, uncultivated ground where water collects. A bog or marsh, you can also say. Creek means a small river. Rapped means strike a hard surface with a series of rapid audible blows, especially in order to attract attention. You can say knocking also. Relapse means return to a less active or a worse state. Curtly means rudely, brief in speech or abrupt in manner. In this paragraph, what we see? Suddenly, Jack heard a voice downstairs of a chair being pulled and realized that he must go down to help his wife paint the living room, but had to continue with the story as Joe had not slept yet. Here we see Joe's wife was painting in the underground room. So Jack also wanted to go there to help his wife, but Joe had not slept yet. So he wanted that Joe should sleep first, then he will go to help his wife. So Jack continued that Roger Skunk was sad, and as he walked, he came across a tree where he saw the wise owl. The skunk then shared his problem with the wise owl, and the owl started thinking of how he could help the little skunk. Then Joe shouted enthusiastically that the wise owl would ask him to go to the wizard, as she had known about the basic plot of the stories her dad used to tell her. Jack got a bit irritated and scolded her and asked her if she wanted to tell the story by herself. Joe denied, and Jack asked her to lie down peacefully and continue listening to the story. Joe told Jack to tell the story out of his head. Then Jack continued with the story that the owl told Roger to go to see the wizard for his problem. Then Joe interrupted him and asked if the magic spells that the wizards used were real. When Joe asked this question, Jack realized that Joe was coming into the reality phase and had started asking questions about the things her parents used to tell her. Here we see this is the habit of children to ask questions in between the stories. So Joe asked a question from her father while he was telling the stories. He noticed that she no longer believed her parents blindly and was curious about everything that was told to her. Jo repeated her question, to which Jack replied that the spells were real in stories. He continued with his story that the skunk went through the way the wise owl had asked him to go and reached a white house and knocked on the door. Jack rapped on the windowsill, and under the covers Joe's tall figure clenched in an infantile thrill, and then a tiny little old man came out with a long white beard and a pointed blue hat and said, "Eh, what is Watcher want? You smell awful." The wizard's voice was one of Jack's own favorite effects. He did it by scrunching up his face and somehow winning through his eyes, which felt for the interval roomy. He felt being an old man suited him. "I know it," Roger Skunk said, "and all the little animals run away from me. The enormous wise owl said you could help me." Well, maybe. Come on in. Don't get too close." Now inside Joe there were all these magic things, all jumbled together in a big dusty heap, because the wizard did not have any cleaning lady. Why? Because he was a wizard and a very old man. Will he die? No, wizards don't die. Well, he rummaged around and found an old stick called a magic wand and asked Roger Skunk what he wanted to smell like. Roger thought and said, "Roses." "Yes, good," Joe said smugly. Jack fixed her with a trance-like gaze and chanted in the wizard's elderly, irritable voice, "Abracadabra, hocus pocus, Roger Skunk, how do you do? Roses, bosses, pull an ear, Roger Skunk, you never fear. Bingo!" Now see the meaning of such words here. Sill. Sill means a shelf or slab of stone, wood or metal at the foot of a window, opening or doorway. Cleansed means closed into a tight ball. Infantile means childish. Scrunching means make a loud crunching noise. Whining means the making of a long, high-pitched cry or sound. Roomy means watery. Jumbled means mixed up in a confused or untidy way. Heap, objects placed haphazardly on top of each other. Rummaged, search unsystematically and untidily through something. Smugly, in a way that shows excessive satisfaction or pride in oneself. Trance, a half-conscious state. Gaze means look steadily and intently. Chanted means say or shout repeatedly in a sing-song tone. Here in this long paragraph we say, to make the sound effect of how the skunk knocked the door, Jack knocked on the windowsill, and Joe was thrilled. It was the habit of Jack, while he was telling the story, he created the scene also. Jack continued that the old man with a long white beard and a blue pointed hat came out. Then Jack made his favorite sound effect and continued that the wizard asked Roger what he wanted and that he had a very bad body smell or odor, you can say. Then to this Roger replied that he knew that he smelled bad and told him that all the other animals ran away from him. He also told the wizard that the wise owl had told him that he could help him. Then the old man replied that maybe he could, and asked Roger Skunk to follow him inside and not to get too close. Then Jack describes how the house of the wizard was really dirty from inside, because he did not have a cleaning lady, to which Joe asked that why was it so. He then replied that because he was a very old man and also a wizard, he did not require any cleaning lady. Then Joe again interrupted and asked that would the wizard die, to which again Jack replied that wizards never die. Then the wizard started looking out for something and took out an old stick called the magic wand. He asked Roger what he wanted to smell like, and he replied that he wished to smell like roses. Joe was happy about the fact that he wanted to smell like a rose. Then Jack said the magical words in the voice of a wizard. I think we should stop here today. In these paragraphs we have read that there was an animal which name was Roger Skunk. He smelled very bad, and in every story Jack used to tell the name Roger. After Roger he used to say any other animal's name. Today he told the story of an American small animal. Its name was Roger Skunk. It smelled very bad. And all the Roger went to a wise owl. A wise owl suggested them to go to the wizard, and wizard asked some money from them to remove the bad smell from their body. Today is the same story. Today the name of animal is Roger Skunk. So in the next story we shall continue that when Roger Skunk returned from the wizard's house after getting the smell of rose, what happened with him, and what his mother did with him, and what his mother did with the wizards. We shall discuss it in the next class. And for your homework you will prepare question answer from this chapter, and you will submit your fair copy on the next day. Till then, thank you. Have a nice day.